The transmission got all the flack because that was that was what was acting up.
That was giving the error signals. Whatever.
But if only I listened to the transmission, it would have been telling me the battery is the one doing it. Replace the battery. Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast. I am Spencer Cartier.
I am Stacy DeNovo.
Stacy DeNovo, and this here is Frank. A little bashful today.
Bow position
7. Number 7. Kind of reminds me of I don't know why. I think it might be the hair peeking out of the top and not seeing the face from the Addams Family.
Yeah.
What is that?
Cousin It.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your Chick-fil-A straw is in frame.
Because it's very festive.
Oh, it is red. Well, what's up, guys? How you doing? How you been? How was your weekend? Oh, oh no, jeez, no way. Oh, awesome. You know, I just bought one of these yesterday.
No,
I did.
That makes me mad. I had that for a while.
Did you?
Yeah.
And I really didn't want to spend money on it when I got my car out of the shop, car wash.
That's why I got it.
It's awesome though because
I actually got it before you got your car out of the shop.
Oh.
Because you just got a car wash.
No, thank you. This is great. And no.
Car Yankee Candle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Car air freshener.
Yeah. Well, no. So it's okay that I have one because they run out, and this will be the gift that keeps on giving because I'm going to put it in my glove compartment.
Okay.
And when my car no longer smells like cupcakes.
Where did you see one they were selling?
At the car wash.
That's where they get you.
Yeah. And it was,
How much did you pay?
I paid $2 more than this.
No, you did not. I didn't want to pay that.
I didn't want to pay it either. I was swindled, if you will.
I went to Hobby Lobby.
Oh, Hobby Lobby.
Have you ever been to Hobby?
I've never.
Lobby.
I have not been to the lobby that
I've never been to Hobby Lobby either.
For hobbies.
I think it used to just be down south. It's a craft store. We have Michael's and Joanne Fabrics, which is more
our speed.
More our speed. Hobby Lobby. I said, let me try it. Now, I have heard bad things about Hobby Lobby. Controversial things.
I've heard it's like a front for money laundering.
No, you did not.
It's on TikTok.
Not Hobby Lobby. You're thinking of Wayfair.
No, Wayfair sells kids. That's a controversy. Hobby Lobby, it's like if you look at the locations, they're like way too close together. And like...
They're not, though.
I saw a whole TikTok on it. Money laundering.
Hobby Lobby is a craft store, but it's super Christian.
Money laundering.
And it gets... people give it downvotes because... Like, I think they won't pay for if you're an employee, like family planning insurance and stuff like that. Much like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
It has some issues that because it goes against their religion, they go against, but it's not supposed to be in the workforce. But I had never cared and never knew and never went. But I went. But when I went in, I forgot that they were Christian.
Yeah.
It just looks like a Michael's or a Joanne Fabrics. Really, really big. It's in the old Toys R Us. Yeah.
I always thought it was more of like a grab bag of sorts. No. Like I thought it was like the TJ Maxx of craft stores.
No, it's like it's pretty pricey actually. Well,
really?
that's where I got the candle, and I felt that was pricey. But I'm in there, and at first I'm thinking, wow, it's like so big in here. Like it has everything you would need ever for crafting, painting, everything, toys. But I'd started to see a crucifix, an angel. And more than you would see in a regular craft store. And then it all started to come back to me that Hobby Lobby is extremely religious.
And so are we.
Maybe we'll take a trip to Hobby Lobby. I don't know.
Maybe we will.
Well,
this is awesome. Best Advent gift of the year so far, even though I don't need it now. But like I said, here's the thing, right? In Christmas time, you get a lot of gifts and stuff.
It doubles, yeah.
You say they last up to 30 days, which the last one I had lasted... Well, it didn't last. It stayed up there for about 8 months.
Right.
But you don't really get any presents like in February.
Yeah.
And at least I don't. Not on February 14th. But now I will. I'm going to open this on Valentine's Day.
It's red.
It is. Beautiful thing. So thank you. My Advent gift to you is my presence is a present. But yeah, anything notable that happened this
December
weekend?
15th.
It is December 15th.
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh. This weekend was it was the third Sunday of Advent. And it's called Gadot Sunday or something like that.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the details. I'm pretty sure that's when you light the... In Advent, there's 4 candles. Like 3 are the dark purple, 1 is the pink. And I think the pink gets lit last Sunday.
Okay.
And I can't really remember now what the story is about the third Sunday of Advent. Advent's always a mystery to me. But what I did find out about Advent was that Advent used to be a Lent.
Oh.
It used to be 40 days of fasting before the birth of Christ.
40 days?
Just like Lent.
You'd have to be fasting during Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we switched it. So instead, they just do Advent and this and that and the Sunday with the candles and the special readings and stuff. But it did start out more
traditional.
And, which is funny because I think purple is also for Lent. Like the priests will wear purple vestments.
Yeah. Cool.
So that was the weekend. We went to the play.
Oh my gosh, we almost forgot. Last time we saw you, we were in a rush. We were like, we gotta go. The trains are coming. Mm-hmm. And we were going to go see a play, religious in nature, over in Lancaster, the land of the Amish. It
was Lancaster County, yeah. But I think it's Ronks is the city.
Sounds tough.
Not Bronx, Ronks, PA.
Ronks. And, went in with little to no expectations. Mm-hmm. Got in there, sat down, was like, all right, story of Esther. We pretty much summed it up in our last video, so we did know it.
Yeah.
And the play began.
Mm-hmm.
And by golly, it just blew our socks off.
Phenomenal.
Freaking phenomenal.
Sight and Sound Theater.
There's
only 2 in the country. Branson, Missouri.
Branson, Missouri. And Bronx. Bronx, Lancaster.
Bronx, PA. Take a trip.
Words can't describe.
Take a trip.
Can't imagine it's expensive to travel to Lancaster. Probably get it.
I would Branson.
I would make a weekend trip out of it.
Branson's famous for something. Is it country music? Something.
Maybe, but
Mall of America.
It slapped like nothing slapped before. And believe me, you might be hearing what I'm telling you and saying, yeah, okay, how good could it be? And that's exactly what I told my brother who went last year and said the same thing to me. And I said, okay, I'll do him a favor. I'll go. But believe me when I tell you, it was phenomenal.
The quality. Well, explain it. It's a wraparound theater.
Well, you don't want to explain it too much because then
there are people who live in other countries. There are people who live
to it.
They're not going to. It's COVID. They can't go to it.
Okay. Long story short, there's just it's a big theater, but there's a center stage, and you think, okay, how good is this going to be? Center stage goes up, people come out. It's like, but then the 2 sides of what you thought once were walls.
It wasn't curtains.
Walls.
I thought they were walls, solid walls.
Go up, and there is just an entire wraparound theater, things going on at all times.
You are in Jerusalem. 3D, it's not a set. There are people
just
hanging laundry. There's people feeding live animals.
There's camels. There is I told you.
There's goats. There's real birds flying over your overhead.
Horses running, galloping through the aisles.
If I put my hand out, I was aisle. I would have hit the horse.
Oh man.
Yeah, because ramps disappear. It's like the highest quality
production. All of the set design must have cost millions of dollars. It felt like, and then on top of that, the quality of performance.
The performers,
the singing,
the lighting, the acting. We had a theater graduate with us who knew all the nuances of what goes on behind backstage, and she was telling us about the lighting and the what's it called where the actors blocking, where the actors have to get their mark. You ever see sometimes you'll see a little piece of tape on the stage because it wasn't a stationary city of Jerusalem.
And grooving.
Actual houses rotated so that when the person was walking, like, how did they not fall off? Like, it was the Cirque du Soleil of the Bible land.
Yes. But anyway, they do a Bible story and they run it for the whole year. Mm-hmm. They've already done a couple. once I went, I was sad to have missed the ones I have passed.
I know.
Because there were some good ones.
And we live close by.
One of them was the story of Jesus. I think they did Samson,
Joseph,
Noah. But not the point, because the next one they're doing starting in March is David. The story of David. My excitement cannot be held inside of this flesh prison. I am so excited. So, hey, if anyone wants to go to Sound Unseen, what is it called?
I keep wanting to say Lights and Sound, but I believe it's Sight and Sound.
Sight and Sound. Theatre. Come March or then after into the year.
Do you think Branson does the same exact...
That's a good question. What if they are always like going one off to not have to throw away all the...
Oh, interesting.
Like, you get it, you pack it all up.
2 years for Esther. One in one city and one in another city. I don't know.
I don't know either. But yeah, anyone wants to go with me, you let me know.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. There are tour buses that go.
Let's get a Croak and Crow tour bus.
There's tour buses. There's just people come from all around, and I can see why. And the tickets weren't crazy. I mean, you do have to save up your money for it, but it wasn't. It was less than Broadway, but better than Broadway.
Better than Broadway. But yeah, that's enough of that. Come March, you're all coming with me in Croak and Crow tour bus.
March over there.
But yeah, awesome. So that's what we did this weekend. December 14th. Yesterday was my sister's birthday. You met her. She's
postponed it.
Oh.
She'll like you just said, you have nothing to do on Valentine's Day. Well, she postponed her birthday until Valentine's Day.
Oh. To get disappointed twice.
Well, you know how you like to celebrate every 11th?
I do.
So her birthday is December 14th. She's not going to celebrate it until February 14th.
Okay.
She would have picked January 14th, but it's taken.
It's taken. Taken birthday. Cool. Fun. Awesome.
Today's Cupcake Day.
Oh.
Have we any? No, we have not.
Okay. That's fun. I used to make cupcakes back in my day.
When you were a baker.
I was a baker.
I bet that knowledge is fading for you.
Nah. It's like riding a bike, I think.
Really? You made them from scratch?
No.
No. It was a mix.
Oh, yeah. It's from scratch. Sorry. I was thinking something, and that's why I answered your question.
Oh.
When I was thinking my baking knowledge isn't fading, I was thinking in my head, baking's like a science. And so, yes, at the time, I could have probably made some things off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but reality, the knowledge you get in baking, I think, would be upheld through any kind of reading of a recipe.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would be good to, you hand me a recipe and I should be able to make it correctly. And while you were saying that, you said it's from scratch. And then I was retroactively still thinking you were meaning off the top of my head. But no, scratch in the sense of starting with flour and eggs.
Flour, eggs.
Yes. Everything from scratch. Whilst a baker, I never did any. I would make premixes and then I would use premixes. But that's... I would prep a premix. So the next morning, I would be able to just dump a whole bag in and then just add the liquids.
Pound cake got its name got its name from a pound of butter, a pound of flour, and a pound of sugar.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Sounds like a myth.
That's what I heard.
Well, Cupcake Day, yeah, go have some cupcakes. They're fun. I don't really like them, but I don't really like sweets. But yeah.
You could have like a cornbread cupcake with a mashed potato frosting.
Why do I feel like I've had a cornbread cupcake before? And I would never ruin a cornbread cupcake.
Maybe a cornbread cupcake is just a muffin, a corn muffin.
That's I think I've had like a cornbread muffin or something. I don't know. But mashed potatoes on cornbread?
Yeah.
Not for me.
Why?
I love cornbread. I love mashed potatoes.
You have a Boston Market dish and you have cornbread and mash, and you would be upset if they got together.
Yeah.
You would?
Because even Boston Market, they give like the little cornbreads by themselves.
A little loaf, yeah.
And I'll eat it. And then I'll eat everything else I can mix.
I'm not against the mixing.
I don't like the sweet and the savory. I'll mix like potatoes.
What's sweet?
Cornbread has a little sweetness.
You think that's sweet?
For me.
Boy, you have very low tolerance for sweet.
All right, guys, that's enough jibber jabber. Today is Wednesday, the third best day of our work week. And what we do here on Wednesday is we have One Word Wednesday.
Yeah.
And what we do on One Word Wednesday is we pick a word out of the English dictionary and we talk about it we see if there we kind of try to bring some spiritual significance to said
I
word.
pretended the Bible was a dictionary.
The Bible is a dictionary for our souls.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
And so yeah, we just have fun with it. We talk about some real life stuff about the word, and then we see if we can spin it in some kind of spiritual web, like instead of Charlotte's Web, it's Christian's Web, something like that.
Okay.
So without further ado, what is the word?
Energy.
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 Awesome.
Energy.
Energy is very important.
Well, you have to pay your energy bill or you don't have electricity.
And that's a metaphor, isn't it?
Tell me.
I don't know. I mean, we haven't got to the metaphor part yet.
Oh. Okay, well, you have to expend energy for things to happen. You went to school. Something about that, right? Object in motion.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Newton's laws and all that. There's also what? Energy can not be created nor destroyed, only transferred?
I thought that was matter.
Might be. Maybe we should get away from the scientific.
We're off to a great start.
Let's get away from the scientific viewing of energy.
All right, I want to tell a story about energy.
I want to tell a story about energy too.
Like mine first. And I know it's not Walk Through Thursday, but this is the story of Luke chapter 19.
Oh. Off the top of your head?
Yeah.
By scratch? From scratch?
Scratch. Scratch is another name for the devil too.
It is.
No, it's just a little tiny part of Luke, and it's Zacchaeus. Zacharias. There's no R in it. I'm not great with Bible names, but God doesn't care about that. He's a tax collector. This is when he's going through towns preaching and talking and answering questions. Zacchaeus climbs a tree, a sycamore tree, and over here, he really wants to get Jesus' attention. Jesus sees him. He got his attention. He said to Zacchaeus, come down. I want to go to your house tonight. You're the house I'll be having dinner at. Zacchaeus was very happy. He climbed down. He was very glad. He's like, you're coming to my house. I'm so honored. And he was so overjoyed. And he told Jesus, if I ever cheated anybody, I'm going to pay them back fourfold. And the people were like, as you know, very famously, you're friends with tax collectors. Like, really? Like, That's where you're going to eat, like, after everything. And Jesus says that he came to help people who want to be helped.
Yes.
So the reason I just think of that story with energy is because it took energy to climb the tree. Zacchaeus knew how he felt. He did want to turn over a new leaf. He did want to get Jesus' attention. I don't think he ever dreamed he'd be invited. But he took the energy to climb the tree and wave his arms. Jesus chose him. He came down. And then I guess he needed more energy when he had to prepare an impromptu dinner.
Yes.
For Jesus. But it's so hard to be energized. But it could really pay off.
Yeah. Definitely. And I think that's a very literal sense of the word energy.
Yeah.
Which is good because I think energy can be used in so many different ways. Mm-hmm. And part of it's so hard to be energized is you need energy to have energy, if that makes sense. And he had that energy within him and he used it. And, you hear about people draining your energy or you need to recharge your energy. Mm-hmm. And what does all this mean? Or
like, I don't like your energy.
Yeah.
I'm getting... Your energy is pushing on mine. In a bit.
Yeah. A famous person once said, pay attention to who's taking your energy.
Okay.
Don't know who that person is, but they're probably dumb.
They're probably
famous. Yeah, so how do you recharge your energy? Before I even say that, some things that like drain your energy, like I think you do, I was being facetious there with that quote, but you do need to be careful with who you surround yourself by. It's like, we kind of talked about it with the cup. Mm-hmm. You want your cup to be full,
right?
And so that you can pour into others' cups. You need to be careful if the people around you are putting straws in your cup and sucking out your water.
That's right.
And by not wanting to leave that situation, you're constantly having your energy drained from that,
right?
Which is not a good thing because then you're always low energy, and it's like right. you don't know how much of your surroundings are affecting that. And the same way, you can be hanging out with the right people. I think like who you surround yourself by is big when it comes to energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it always like show me, what is it? Show me your 5 closest friends, I'll show you your future. Isn't that a thing?
It might be.
What's the other one? One's like about like
it makes sense.
Bruisers and brawlers.
Oh, you can tell a brute who bruises by the company he chooses.
Yeah.
Or boozes.
Yeah. And I was thinking about it, and what I was thinking about was I was thinking about this before we even talked about the podcast. Was social gatherings of like-minded people, and what I mean by that is I have a Christmas party on Friday.
Okay.
And it's all from the college I went to, so they're a denomination of Christianity, and this is basically it's being put on by the youth of the young adults, not youth. The young adults, let's all get together, have a Christmas party. There'll be food and music and drinks. And I'm like thinking in my head, from a theological perspective, like they're trying to bring young people in and
right.
stuff. And it's like, is it really doing anything? Because they're all like-minded, right?
Okay.
I was having a conversation with myself, and I came to this conclusion. And I'm like, it just feels so celebratory when it's like we're all
right.
the same people.
Yeah.
Like we all believe the same things.
Right.
Live the same kind of lives. And then I said, no, I think the purpose of you shouldn't be going to that and being like, well, there's a lot of people who can't, have a Christmas party,
mm-hmm.
or just, being like, what are we celebrating? But in a way, I think you shouldn't have those thoughts. You should take that all as energy. Be around the people that are like you, and be humbled, not humbled. What's the word? Like, not proud. Like,
fortified?
No, when you're happy about like having the privilege to do something.
Grateful.
Be grateful for the privileges that are from you. Use it to fully recharge your battery. So then when you all disperse, all you like-minded people, you can go help those around you.
That's a great idea. That's true.
And that's
so true. And they do that. Like, think of like the Red Cross, American Red Cross. I can't remember his name. Remember, I was Buddy the blood drop. They all come together for meetings, I'm guessing, and they tell each other what's needed, and they share stories, and they make plans, and then they go out. Because once they go out, they're, going to all the different spots that are needed and doing good. Yeah,
exactly. And I think, a lot of times we talk about like earthly pleasures of some sort, and it's like we don't denounce a lot of them, and a lot of them are for energy, like to mm-hmm. recharge, to you want to fill up your water glass,
right? And
there's nothing wrong with that so long as you're then using the energy in the right way,
right?
To climb the tree. Like,
I don't like people tell me bad stories.
Okay.
And it's not that I'm an ostrich, and it's not that I'm hiding from it. I'm hiding from reality. But it's this, people love to share bad stories.
It's because they like to get it. Oh, wait. Sorry. Is this better? Did I say?
Huh?
Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I think one of the reasons people like to share bad stories, unless they are just a little bit of like to cause problems, is because if you know something bad and it's hurting you, it's like you want someone to talk to about it.
True. And I like to, if somebody is too negative, I don't, they're negative energy. And if I have some positive energy, and their negative energy just keeps drawing my positive energy down, and it's too hard for me to try to keep my positive energy up. But isn't there a time when you use the excuse that, oh, I don't like your bad energy, but in reality, it's, I don't like the truth you're saying?
The truth?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
Someone says, I am going to rob a bank. And
like if you're at a party and you're
I'm saying, if you tell me you're going to rob a bank, and I said, don't rob a bank, you're going to get caught, you're going to go to jail, and you say, I don't like your bad energy, come on, and it's like, it's not bad energy, I'm telling you the truth.
That's why I was trying to change it a little bit. Oh, his battery.
I saw he laid a battery egg. He needs energy.
Yeah, well, I never was going to rob a bank, but I was going to say, like, at a party, if you're breaking things and standing on tables, and someone's like, maybe you calm down, and it's like, dude, like your vibe. I don't like your vibes, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
So that is a question you have to ask yourself when you tell someone else, oh, you're bad for my energy or you're taking my energy. It's like, am I, or have I said honest things that you don't want to hear?
Yeah, no, 100%. And that is true in a lot of senses. And it's about being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And understanding like what recharges you and what doesn't. But someone who doesn't want to hear that won't hear it. What do we always say here? Let those
who have ears hear.
But yeah. So energy. If
you are confused maybe about the energy that you're hearing or receiving, you could always just go back to, is this out of love?
Is this out of love? Yeah. You know what? Someone once told me that everything in the Bible revolves around love. Oh wait, that was me.
That was modest me.
That was modest me. Oh man. But no, 100%. Mm-hmm. And I think to go to your last point, that is what that like when you are telling someone, oh, you're pulling my energy away from me.
Yeah, I don't want you here.
Or because a lot of times you can't. Sometimes, right? We get in slumps, and we know that our energies are lost. And we always say, be mindful of who you hang out with, and all that, because it is the truth. But it's like telling someone, oh, you're having stomach troubles. You're allergic to something. Just stop eating that.
Right.
It's like I eat a million things a day. Is it dairy? Is it wheat? Is it almonds?
Are you pointing at the right thing? Yeah. That's a good one.
And so when you do feel this energy pull, and like you said, you might blame someone, gauge it and say look across the board. This is everywhere. Everywhere there's energy going, energy receiving. Right. Like that's all we are. We're just vessels of energy. If anything, energy is like love, right? Like I think they go hand in hand when we say like influx, outflow. I think the last time we used the water analogy was with love.
Right.
And you say, is it coming in with love?
Right.
Or is this connection what's being said with love? And then if it's not, ding, 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 that's where the energy is getting pulled from.
Right.
And
yeah.
And that's not good, I had a battery just go bad in my car, and it's just because the energy was just leaking on out.
Right.
And the car just stopped working, right? And you know what I did? I replaced the battery. But
first, all arrows pointed towards the innocent transmission.
The poor transmission took all. Ain't that the truth? The transmission got all the flack because that was that was what was acting up.
That was giving the error signals. Whatever.
But if only I listened to the transmission, it would have been telling me the battery is the one doing it. Replace the battery. Gabagool.
What is it? That'll be your last.
You've gathered your last ghoul, kid. Italians.
Getting ready for those 7 fishes.
Yeah, it's coming up.
It's coming up
pretty soon.
It's very American. I told you that.
I learned that recently. It was only when we brought it up, and then we were like, "Oh."
And we're talking about the Night of the 7 Fishes.
Night of 7 Fishes. Italian feast. You have 7 fishes.
But it's not even fish. People have like calamari and oyster and
calamari.
Anything that swims.
Anything that's
there
underwater.
On the plate.
But Italian American, not to be confused with Italian.
The Italians and Italy.
But yeah. So especially in these seasons, things get a little hectic. You might be feeling like your energy is being pulled or your energy is being drained. And just to finish up, we have been talking a lot about person to person energy pull, energy being received.
Okay.
There's a big part of energy of being alone, and we have our resting podcast, but like recharging in a sense is when your phone's charging. You have to plug it in and then let it sit.
You're right.
And so much of the time that when we are, doing our utmost, we're not giving ourselves the true time to recharge, which is to be in a comfortable place, maybe by ourselves, read a book.
Absolutely.
And that's a huge way to recharge that we didn't really talk about.
Keep yourself charged because Zacchaeus didn't know that he would need so much energy that day. Mm-hmm. He didn't know Jesus would be passing, but he since he was ready to go, he was able to climb the tree, he was able to make the dinner, and he was able to be blessed by Jesus. So keep your energy up. You need to keep your resources.
Energy up, heads up, and all that. But that's 100%. It for One Word Wednesday, guys. It's been real. It's been fun, and pay attention to who's taking your energy. Peace.
Oh.